Let's take a look at number 10 now. This is going to be kind of similar. It says that Sophie and Zach each had the same sized tube for a project. Okay? That's important. They have the same size tube. So they're comparing the same tube, two tubes of the same size. Sophie cut her tube into thirds. So think about it. 3 equal pieces. She used 2/3 to build a tower. 2 out of the 3 pieces to build the tower. Zach cut his tube into 6ths. So that means his tube has been cut, the same size tube has been cut into 6 equal pieces. He used 5/6, or 5 out of the 6 pieces of his tube to build a tower. Sophie said that she and Zach used the same amount of their tubes. So she's saying that 2/3 is equal to 5/6. They're equivalent, same amount. Do you agree? That's your question. So you either say, yes, I agree, or no, I disagree. Then you're going to draw a number line and write a number sentence to show your answer. So remember, your number sentence is going to be 2/3. You're going to compare it to 5/6, and you're going to either have in between it a greater than, less than, or equal sign. Okay? If you agree that the same size, then you're going to have an equal sign. If you disagree, then you're going to have a less than or a greater sign. Okay? And then you're also going to have a number line, just like we did in number 9, a number line to show what's the distance of 2/3 on the number line, and what's the distance of 5/6 on the number line. All right? Now's the time, if you want to go ahead and go for it and do it on your own, pause this video and then come on back and check how you did. Or just let the video continue running if you want to do it with me. Okay? All right, let's take a look. Sophie and Zach. We are comparing 2/3 to 5/6. And right now we have a circle in between because we don't know whether it's going to be, Sophie says these are equal. And so I'm going to put a big question mark. Is that true? Do you agree? All right, so let's take a look. First, let's use our tools and take a look at 2/3 versus 5/6. Okay, so I'm going to pull the 1 up here. That represents the entire tube. Okay, remember there's 2 of them, but they're of equal length. And now we're going to take a look at 2/3. So we're going to drag a third and another third. So that represents Sophie, 2/3, right? And now let's look at 6th for the other dude. What's his name again? Zach. Okay, Zach. So 6th, 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6. Oh. Now remember, Sophie said that they use the same amount of tube. Visually, do you see that that is not true? 5/6 went way further. Now some of you may be saying, wait a minute, I thought you said that the smaller the denominator, the bigger the piece, so therefore shouldn't this be a bigger fraction? Well, you're right. The smaller the denominator, the bigger the piece. Look at how big 1/3 is compared to 1/6. Okay? But you also need to pay attention to the numerator. There's 2 pieces of the thirds, but 5 pieces of the 6th. So you're not comparing 2 pieces against 2 pieces. So you can't just look at the denominator and say, well, 3 is smaller, so therefore it must be larger. Well, no. You still have to take a look at how many pieces there were. And so it turns out that even though 6 is a bigger number, which means a smaller piece, there were enough of them to go beyond 2/3. So you would want to change this to 2/3 is less than, whoops, is less than 5/6. Remember that alligator, that crocodile, opens its mouth to the bigger piece. It's very hungry, so it wants to get that bigger piece. It also says we needed to draw a number line, right? So let's do that. And we have this as a guide, okay? So let's draw our number line. So we go straight across, like that. And we put 0 here, 1 there, all right? Now let's go ahead and let's do thirds, okay? So we know we need to have 3 equal pieces because that's what third stands for. So this is where it's kind of tough. You could even draw another one up here just to see how you break those up. Now think of this as 0 and this is 1. And so you've got these 2 lines you need to put down in here somehow. So I'm going to put 1 line there and 1 line there. That's pretty close, right? Pretty close? I don't know. This is 1 piece, 2 pieces, 3 pieces. That's pretty close. And so we'll label it 1/3, 2/3. Okay? And we know that she used 2/3. So we'll go ahead and mark right there. And that was for Sophie. Okay? Now we want to take this same number line and divide it up into sixths. Now if you notice, sixths, it looks like 2/6 fit equal with 1/3. See how they fit like that? So we could take the third and just draw a line in between and create 6. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go red. And I'm going to take between 0 and 1/3, I'm going to draw a line. And that's my 1/6. And then my next line is going to be where 1/3 is. That's 2/6. And then I'm going to draw a line in between 1/3 and 2/3. And that's 3/6. And then my next line here will be 4/6. And then I'll draw a line between 2/3 and 1. And there's my 5/6. And that is where we find this fraction, 5/6, like that. And that represents Zach. And as you can see, if you go from 0, who goes further on distance on the number line towards 1? Zach does. Went a whole 1/6 further. So that's how you show these 2 fractions on the number line. In fact, maybe I'll circle it. We have 2/3 versus 5/6. Boom. All right, let's move on to number 11.